See, I have to remind myself. So, this is being recorded. I just want to thank all of you guys coming here. East Coast, 7 p.m. If you're on the West Coast, which I am now, it's 4 p.m. I always say welcome and I want to cheers everybody. I don't care if you're 7 p.m. It's tipple time. That's my mother-in-law. She calls it tipple time. So if you guys want to cheers, whether you're having a cocktail or tea, water, coffee, you're here on a Thursday. I just want to cheers you because we're stepping up our game. So you're here and it's awesome. From my understanding, it's the NFL draft tonight. And I'm going to drop a amazing video that I saw that was hysterical. And it's basically an elderly gentleman sitting listening to the draft in the background, and he's with his wife, and he gets a call from a coach. And the coach is on the phone, and it looks like he just won the lottery of a coaching like slot on a team. It's assisted living. He got into assisted living. It's hysterical. So I'm going to drop it in EXP Seniors Network video because I want everybody to see it. I was going to play it here, but then I was like, yeah, forget it. It's just a little too long. So I'm going to drop it in there. I urge you guys to watch it because it's a feel good. And one of the things that I've always taught here when you're working with the older demographics, it feel good. That's all. It's got to be feel good. So, oh, there we go. Admitting. Thank you. Bennie he's coming in with squeeze pages and landing pages, and I'm so excited. Bennie, thank you very much. The other few things that I do want to say to you guys, number one, welcome. Number two, next week, okay, May 1st, Thursday, every Thursday, 7 p.m. right here, or Eastern time. I'm going over ChatGPT prompts that don't sound salesy. A lot of people are very confused on it, how to use it, what to say. And I'm going to kind of break it down to you for what you guys see. I get a lot of engagement, and I'm going to show you little tips and tricks that I've learned along the way and see if it works for you guys. So there's that. On May 15th, if you have not had that certification class for the lifestyle home loan certification that goes through Mutual of Omaha, I'm bringing it back. If you haven't done it, I'm bringing it back. You will be certified. It's coming back. So mark your calendars, May 15th. It's about almost a 2-hour class. The heads of Mutual of Omaha come in. They've been doing this for the last 6 years for us. And they're going to come in. We're going to do a certification. And it is fascinating to see what they call it, a lifestyle home loan. They were legally allowed to rename basically it's a HECM for purchase or reverse mortgage for purchase. They were able within the company and through HUD to rename it, and they've renamed it the Lifestyle Home Loan. So we are having that certification back. And so if you have not been certified and you want to get certified or you want to learn more about it, it's there. I'm bringing it back. So without further ado, I have my boy Bennie coming in because a lot of us have questions about squeeze pages and landing pages, and especially when you don't want to be salesy. So that's a huge thing. Nobody really wants to feel like they're selling themselves on it. So I've created a list of 20 different prompts or things that you can use for squeeze pages and landing pages. I'll put it in the chat box, but I will also tomorrow, when I drop the recording, we'll put it in the comment section. So if you guys ever need anything, look in the comment section. I always put stuff in the comment section. Okay. All right, Bennie. Hello, welcome. And I'm letting Bennie take over. I'm going to just monitor chat box and everything else.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I thought you were saying, is there a video that you were going to show us someone watching the game
No,
or you?
I told them I was going to put it in the seniors network just so everybody can, because I know they're going to want to share it when they see it. It is funny. So
Nice to be here. Thank you, everyone. I am a martial artist, so I have to and anytime I come in, so that's what I like to do. It's just a form of greeting. But it's a pleasure being here. Thank you, Heather. You said I can share my screen, so let me do some things here. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna relax tonight. So, like she said, I have mine right here. Let's get to it. So let me just figure out. and I'm a Zoom person, so share.
There should be the green
There
little
we go.
arrow
I
going.
got it. And then let me get out of Canva. Let me make this a certain way. Just a little about me before we don't jump into what you all are here for. So I am a Winston-Salem State University School of Business graduate. Um, Heather, I don't know, you got certain people coming in. I was a corporate case manager for Liberty Mutual. I know you see the commercial, Liberty, 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 in Wells Fargo. Event promoter, still affiliated with Live Nation, AEG Live, that brings like some of your major acts that you would probably know of, and a CRVA partner that's here in Charlotte. So our major arenas and football stadium and NASCAR, all of that, I'm still affiliated with them. A business owner, I've had several restaurants, bars, gyms, and so forth. Uh, COVID licensee. I got my real estate license during COVID because business was so slow as a promoter. COVID, then I don't know if you guys remember, but COVID made it where there were curfews, there were social distancing and all. So we were losing a lot of money in the restaurant and bar business and the gym business. So that was like, okay, you got to find something to do for me to take care of my family. And so I'm a COVID licensee. Team lead with EXP, the Gray Group Real Estate Advisors. That's my team group. My organization is Inspire. We go by N, R-U-N, Inspire Nation. I am on the Black EXP Events Committee. So if you want to know more about that, please let me know. Please reach out to me directly before I get off of here. I'll send you all of my contacts. I am an international kickboxing federation regional promoter. So with kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing, anything that's associated with the IKF that comes through the Southeast region, I am that lead promoter. And I am a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a Muay Thai crew, which is also an instructor, which is one of the reasons why I wide. So let me get out of here. We can get down to what you are trying to do. Let me see how I can see the chat at the same time. Well, Heather, can you let me know if any questions come about in the chat?
Yes, I will, but everybody knows at the end, they can even open up their mics because I prefer that they look at you, talk to you, and we're all people. I just want to see everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But
this is something where
yeah,
I want because this is something where, and thank you, Heather. This is something where as I'm going along with it, when you could put it in the chat. I know Heather's gonna do a terrific job at monitoring that, but please open up your mics
I
and just
prefer, yeah, open up your mic or put up your little hand. We'll
yeah, just be like, hey Benny, how did you do this? Because I have a tendency to fly through it because it is that simple, but it may be that simple, but it's not that easy because I've been doing it so much. So just feel free to open up your mic and call my name and I'll be able to repeat whatever I've shown. So we'll start with let's start with squeeze pages. So on the squeeze page, I like to I know in my area we call it Mayo or Mio, make it your own. MIYO. So we'll start with the squeeze page. I like one property. So let's go with so the way I got here, of course. Well, let me say this. Before I jump to this, does anyone not have their contacts in their KV core? I believe Heather, you told me that the basic stuff has already been covered, right?
correct. Our basic stuff has been covered, but we want to
Okay.
hit that 55 plus market, that
Gotcha.
older. Yes, yes.
Okay. So before I even jump there, let's go to, so I'm here in KV Core. As you see, I'm in KV Core looks. I press on this to go to open this up to see what it is or see what it's not. So I'll open this up. Let's go to listings. It's kind of like a given cultural rule acceptance within EXP that you can list within the company. I do know agents, but don't quote it on me because I have cut corners. I do know agents that will list without the company, but within the company, you should be fine. If you want to check with that agent, then definitely do so. So let's just go to company listings. Let's say you do not have a listing. We're going to go over here to listings and then company listings and then just see what's out there. If you
What
have,
what if, just saying, what if we have a 55 community or active adult community in our area that we would like to create some type of a like, hey, look what's going on in our community type
well,
thing?
I was going to get to
Yeah.
that on the landing page.
Okay.
Right now, I'm
Oh,
trying to show you how to make it your own on the squeeze page. But to piggyback off of your question,
yeah.
if anyone had, well, I guess you would have to be in the Charlotte area. If
Yeah.
anyone has, and I can show one, we're going to use one for an example. So let's just say you know of, um, the address of the property, you know of a listing somewhere, so you want to make it your own. So this is the squeeze page. The landing page is what we're going to touch on. That's what you was just speaking on, Heather. But let's just say you have an address that's within a 55 plus community and you go up here to search. I don't have any right here because of course I don't have any right now. I'd have to go to my MLS and that would take some time, but we're just going to use one of these as an example. So let's just say 1144 Thayer Glen Court was that. What I am going to do is copy that MLS code or copy the address. And then what I'm going to do is then go make it my own. So I am going to go to, where's marketing? So I go to marketing. So I did that and went over to marketing. I'm sorry, go over to lead engine and then build squeeze page. When I go to the build a squeeze page, I am then going to put that MLS code there. Once I do that, I can call the source whatever. The source just means however you want to refer back to it later. So just for train of thought, we're going to be say FB for Facebook because that's where I'm largely going to promote it at. That's where a lot of 55 plus is going to be. That's that. As far as hashtags, this is just more so on how you want to refer back to it. So if you want to say something, you can. If not, then you don't have to. As you see, I do have different hashtags. This is important here. Property views allowed before registration. So before I touch on that, what's going to happen is we're going to generate a link of someone else's listing, and that's going to bring them to your EXP website. What this is saying here is, do you want them to be able to look at it 2 times, 3 times, 10 times, 50 times, whatever? No, you don't want any of that. You want to always say, you want them to always have to place their information in immediately. So as soon before they look at the property,
Mhm.
before they look at anything on
Right.
your website, you want to make it immediate.
So, for instance, if I didn't want to do it for a property, okay, and I wanted to do it for a download, because that's kind of what I want to kind of do with our agents is squeeze information out. So I get like a landing page, I could bring them there if we want to do a checklist. But when we talk about squeezing information out, could you do it for out of a KV Core for something other than property and squeezing information out of them?
Yeah, and that would be the landing page. But I mean, unless
Yeah, but other than like squeezing, so okay, so maybe you should ask, so I should ask you, what is the basics of a squeeze page versus a landing page?
so the squeeze
Landing, you
page,
land on
what
it.
I'm gonna, if I did this, I generate the link. This is now how I'm gonna get more clients.
Right.
So this is probably only 10 seconds. So let's
Yeah.
do this. I copy, if I can get there. I need to hide that. Let's go to my Facebook. I copy that link that I just showed. It's going to generate a link. I'm going to say something like hot new property here. And this is direct on a squeeze page. I'm going to show you the landing page. Like I said, this is just 10
Right.
seconds. So if you're trying to get clients in that realm or that area, you can say hot new property. You can copy the listing. You can copy the description, whatever the case may be. It comes up as you see right here. It says benniegray.exprealty.com, and it's going to take them to your page where they have to then put their information in, which is a squeeze page. You got to get that information. That becomes a new lead. I post that. People are excited to see that listing up or to see that you're active, to just to be nosy for whatever reason. And there you have it. So that's that.
Mhm.
Cleo has the hand raised. What's up, Cleo?
Yeah, thank you. So I've tried using the squeeze page before, and I've noticed that for some reason it pulls up the same property photo for me. And I'm in San Francisco market, and the property photo that it pulls up does not look like any of the homes in the mark in my market. So I was wondering, do you know how I can change the photo that pops up to be either the listing photo or one that I can choose that looks like a home in my area.
Are you going to, are you, the thing is, are you going to multi-property or single property? Because that's a big difference.
Oh, okay.
Multi-property, then it's going to give you a generic picture. If you go to single property, it's going to be just like this and give that exact property.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
That's,
That might be where that's coming into play then.
try that out, even while we're on the call, and just let me know if that doesn't work, but that should be your fix.
Okay, thank you.
At the end of the day, for everyone, because I'm not with inside real estate, I'm not a KV core guru. I just play on it a lot. This little chat box, they will help you. Now, it may take them 15, 20 minutes or whatever, but this is inside real estate. If you come across something where you're stumped, please feel free to use this little chat box, as it will be a chat bot at first, but they will reply back as far as a regular human after probably, like I said, 10, 15 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes. Any questions in regards to squeeze page before we jump on the juice of the landing page?
Benny, I have a quick question. Joni Rish here in San Antonio. Um, so do we need to get permission from the listing agent to do this, or does EXP pretty much say go?
When I don't, I'm not with EXP admin or management, but when I first came onto EXP, I was told, and it was in writing, that it was a given rule that with EXP you're fine, especially if you promote it as like we or look at this. And I would say that goes across the board for, and I'll jump out on a limb and say that goes across the board for any property. So I would just say choose your wording. Don't say look at my listing.
Right.
Look
Okay.
at our listing, because with EXP, all 90,000 agents
Yeah,
need competition.
I would just err on the cautious side, and if you have questions, you should always ask a broker. But with anything, it doesn't even matter with this, but with anything, be very careful with your wording. You
Right.
know, Betty's
Because it,
very true. You've got to be careful with the way you word things and the way it comes across, because nowadays people just take things and run with it in a different way.
they'll dissect it. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's the best advice. Heather is reflecting exactly what I would say. Your wording is everything. I probably would never put up, even if you got permission, and say, look at my property.
Right. Right.
I,
Okay.
I
Thank you.
tend to say, look at this property and look at this hot new listing like you saw me just place up, and let people play in within their own perception.
Thank you.
Any other questions regarding squeeze page? Not trying to rush, but any other question regarding the squeeze page? This probably gets me 3 to 7 leads per week doing this. And I do it.
Natalie also says once they go to the property, they'll also see the listing agent.
No, they do not. When they click on the property, it may not do it for me because I've done it so much just to test it myself. First, they go here. Let's see what happens. But what it should do, which is not doing it, because like I said, I've tested so much on my own site. When they first go here, it's going to prompt them so they don't see anything, which it doesn't matter. They don't see anything until they place in either signing up by Facebook, Google, or their Gmail or their phone number. So you at least at minimum have an email. If that's the email associated with their Google or the email associated with their Facebook or the phone number. And that's going to be the same thing when I show the landing page. On top of that, since I have been here, if you see at the top, it says B Gray. It's not showing, it's saying EXP Realty, LLC Ballantyne. It's not showing anything, but like I said, I've done this so much. It's not going to reflect the same way it's going to reflect for a typical client because I've done it just to test it and I've already been verified. It's going to look like your own. That's why it's called Make It Your Own. And you probably want to go to your, all of you probably want to go to your local site to see if you have something called Mayo because we have it for several different markets here. Like for instance, and that's the way we promote our listings and we encourage people to promote our listings. So this is Make It Your Own Charlotte Real Estate. You likely have one within your area. I would just probably ask your team or ask within workplace, what is your Mayo or my Mio? And as you see, like this is this, and she's encouraging us to promote it for her. So for the 55 and up community, I would just do that, targeting that, but you can do it pretty much for anything. Any other questions that was in the comment section, or does anyone have any questions?
Does it work for a single? Cleo says it worked using single property. And by the way, I just want you guys to know, I'm going to start putting in the chat box squeeze page and landing page ideas for you to look at. Benny can go over them, and maybe if he sees something and wants to do it, go for it. But I'm going to put ideas in there for you that are not salesy.
Great. Definitely don't appear to be salesy. The way I get the clients is that I see him so active. So they're like, he listed this house, he lists this house, he's talking on this house. Like I said, I'm doing it 3 to 5 times a week. Next thing you know, and I'm targeting who I'm targeting. Then next thing you know, oh, they trust you to list. So you're attracting more so than, like she just said, seeming so salesy, because you don't want to do that. Then you're going to run them off. Just seem like you're active, like, okay, I'm going to put this up on maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm going to do this for 2 or 3 weeks. And next thing you know, who knows?
Are we going to cover how we're targeting our 55 plus on Facebook?
Yeah, well, on Facebook, I wouldn't necessarily say on Facebook. Like for me, I know the 55 plus communities.
I'll be
So
happy to do it, class, just saying, because I've
Okay.
done it. I am so happy. But that's like so that's all they all combine everything that we're doing, all of it. So when Benny's showing you how to do this, and in 1 second, I'm going to drop in a template for you guys to see that has 20 different, oh, I think I did it directly to Eric, forgive me. It has 20 different templates that you can use. I'll go over so you can make those squeeze pages, and then we'll talk about the Facebook portion differently. Benny, can you show us how these things would hook up to Facebook and how we'd put them there? Because that would be great, because once, we make one of these squeeze pages that I put in there, I've also got landing pages, you guys, and I'll put landing pages in there. But these, we can make them ourselves, and then that'll be a whole class onto itself that we could do.
yes, so that would have to be at least another 45, 60-minute allocation for it to show how to connect your API and everything like that for Facebook. And we pretty much run that for ads. Doing this, having this link doesn't only limit one, it connects you to Facebook. So I just showed you how to put it on Facebook. You use any one of these 2 links on anything else you have, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google. I can show you the email in a minute, how you can place that in there. You place it on, you can take this link and text it to yourself, email it to yourself, copy it if you have Apple or whatever, and put it on your Instagram if you have that. This link brings everyone from whatever platform straight to your EXP website, which is then, because you asked them to provide you with an immediate registration, you then capture the information. So as long as you generate this link, and to go back over it just real quick, all you need is the ID or the address, and then just to say immediate, generate the link, As soon as you have this link is your weapon to then get everything you need. Now you still have to do the work on following up. So you still need to or should be following up with once someone comes in. When they come in, you have to check your KV core. They're going to come in where any one of these are leads that have came in because of looking at a property. So once for me, because so many come in per day, I like to say, all right, if it's 2 or more. But for anyone, if you just say, okay, this person was interested because they clicked on this link or whatever, then here you go. And the way I just got here, I'm sorry, was just I went to my activity within KV Core instead of my task, my activity, and then I'm just looking at the different folks that are coming in. So 111, this right here is a hot lead to me because that something showed me that on your desktop, this is your mobile phone. On your desktop, you looked at it 2 times. So that's a hot lead to me. Even if they saw it on their phone 2 times or 1 and 1. To me in my mind, if you look at something more than once, then I'm going to follow up with you. But if you have the time, if they look at it 1 time, by all means follow up. So that link is very, I don't want to say dangerous, but that is your weapon to use to capture your leads. Anything else before I jump over to the landing pages to show you how to actually capture those leads?
Hi, Benny. This is Natalie. I have my hand up, but I'll just jump in because I'm kind of trying to tie it together. We're talking about 55 plus community. So those are typically people who are looking to right size. So I'm just confused. How are we tying that into these
That's what I was asking him earlier. So how, if I want to make and that's what I was trying to get to. How do we make a page for a 55 community where we're able to squeeze the information out? So let's say we have a new 55 community that's near us that we want to create like information for them to get from us.
Because
Does that make
55 plus is not looking for these, 800K.
Right.
No. Well, okay. Remember what I said from the beginning. That was just using it as an example. So
Right,
what and literally where I'm at, my neighborhood, I'm not 55, I just turned 40. My neighborhood is actually connected to a very up and growing 55 and up community. Like they got I don't know if you guys know Publix, but they got a very known grocery store, Target, and everything that's going on that side. But you can pretty much say I'm in that same neighborhood. But what I do know is, because me and my daughter run through there almost every week or weekend or whatnot, is that I'm paying attention to the new listings and things that are going on. I'm paying attention to the activity that's going on there. Even if I wasn't there, even the other 55 and up communities that I'm looking at, or whatever community I'm looking at, I'm paying attention to what's going on there. So
Right.
instead of, like you just said, no, it may not be the 800,000. For me, it would probably be, I think over there is like 450,000, but I'm probably using that listing over there as it make it your own instead of what I just showed you. That was just showing you for time's sake as an example. Does it make sense?
So okay, guys, here's what I think is what I'm hearing, and I could be totally wrong. In my mind, if I have landing pages that are, Natalie, hear me out because I think I'm on this with you. If I have landing pages on certain things like downsizing checklists, and by the way, I put stuff in the chat box. I put PDFs, like non-salesy squeeze pages. I know that we want to squeeze information out of them from a listing, but what if we didn't want to squeeze it from a listing? Could we do that out of KV Core
Yes.
without doing just a listing? It doesn't have to be necessarily a landing page. Does that make sense?
Right. No. Okay. So that was a squeeze page. That's why I was asking, is there any more questions involving that? So what I just showed was if you
Or
happen
squeeze
to
page.
know if you happen to know or target a neighborhood or a community that already has something going on that could be attractive, that's that. That's the squeeze page. What I'm going to show now is a landing page where this is what's probably going to attract. So yes, within KV Core, and just one last call. Any more questions in regards to the squeeze page?
No, we're ready for landing pages
Cool.
because
So
I
landing page.
think once we get the listings, then we go over, Natalie, over to that squeeze page. We can create our listings and make it sound very, oriented in the way that we want it to. I think I've got an idea that we'll work on that one. But if you haven't
This is
looked in,
something that I heard you say earlier, Heather. This is something that you can definitely tie in OpenAI, Chat GBT, and all. So let's jump into it. So either, like I said, if you know what your icon looks like, just go down here to this little engine, and that's that. If you do not, go over and press those three. If I can move this out the way, press those three dots, those three lines at the top. Go down to lead engine, and now we want to build a landing page. Within KV Core, you can customize this. So this is how it looks on just on the surface. You can, instead of me having to do one, let me actually show you how one could look in an actual design. Give me 1 second.
okay, so as he's saying that, I am seeing more and more people having landing pages. And Natalie, I hope you didn't leave the computer, but I just want to tell you, the landing pages that are landing people onto our websites are checklists, are stuff, are those hard to have conversations. What are we doing with our parents? Depending on your avatar. Okay, think about that. Over 55, you've got a couple different avatars. Or when I say avatar, I don't mean like the blue guy on the literally Avatar the movie. I mean clients. Like, who is your client? Who is the person that you resonate with the most? If you guys want to know that, we could do a class on that. I could do that all day long. But the point is once you know your market, you know the type of style and tone in which you want your messaging to say. But every time I teach one of these classes, and this is 7 years here at EXP Seniors Network, nobody wants to be sold to. Nobody wants a home. By the way, Benny, thank you for teaching us that. But nobody wants to be sold a home. People want information to stay in their home before they have to sell it, which I'm going to tell you guys, they're going to end up having to sell it. And if you didn't see the article that I just posted a couple days ago, or what's going on, our nation's housing infrastructure aging just like we are. But the worst part is it's not ready to accommodate people that are aging. Uh, Less than 5% can accommodate somebody in a walker or a wheelchair. So that's, or somebody with, some type of issue when it comes to, walking or going up and down stairs. Think about it. At most of our homes here, most of them have stairs in or out, up or down from a bathroom or a bedroom. So it's something to think about. So when you're pulling people to your website, pull them to your website with like a downsizing checklist or assisted living communities within our area. Hear me when
Cool.
I say this. Those are the types of things that you want to set yourself apart from everybody else in the community. You have to now think of yourself as the PTA person for the older sector. It's not for the kids anymore. You're now the PTA president for the seniors in your community. And that's how you have to think. So if you want them to come to your website, give them those freebies that PTAs typically do. And it's not just the downsizing checklist. And I think I put a bunch of stuff in there, but like, what do you do when you have all this stuff and your kids don't want it? how about how about if you haven't been watching Joellen Brooks, we did nextdoor.com. She does like block parties with garage sales for seniors. That's great. And she does it all on nextdoor.com. And the reason why I say that is if you host something like that, everybody knows who you are. And even though you're donating your time, everybody's like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. This is great. We're getting rid of things that we don't need. And the kids are going to love you for it because they're not stuck with all that stuff. So you just got to think of who your target market is. Is it the kids who don't want to be stuck with the stuff? Or is it the older person who has the entire house full of stuff that they're going to trip over? Think about it. It could go one of two ways. But you choose which way you want to go and target and start doing that without a sales approach. And if you don't know about it, I just put documents, 20, a total of 40 things that you guys can do for landing pages and squeeze pages that aren't a house. That's all. Like physically selling the house. It's all about the contents in the house. It's about living in the house. It's about how it's not going to work for you in the house. It's about how your kids don't want the house, want the contents in the house. It's all about all that. But it's without being a salesperson. Serving with your hand up. How can I help? Rather than your hand out. Give me your sale. What can, let's sell your house. Got to sell it because the nation that you can't live there forever. And that's not what they want. They want to live there forever. But you just need to be that go-to person that everybody likes, knows, and trusts. All right. Back to you, Benny.
I mean, you hit it right on the head. I mean, you're selling an experience and a lifestyle. You're not just selling a house. So you hit it right on the head. I agree. And the way I love to do that for free, because I forgot the other, what is it? We have another CRM with KV Core, with EXP, but for what you're paying for with EXP, with KV Core, you can definitely do that. So with the landing pages. So how to get there first, of course, like I said, you can either click on the three lines, I keep saying dots, 3 lines, you go to your lead engine, you go to build a landing page. Instead of squeeze page, build a landing page. Or you can just click on that and go to all lead engine tools and bring you to this page and you can start building. What's going to happen once you click on that, it brings you here. All of this can be customized. So I can say something like, I can be as simple or as specific as possible. I can delete all of this and I can just say looking to retire. I can change this background, which I'm going to show you how to do in a second. I can then ask for their phone number or their email, whatever. But this is a landing page. The landing page is then going to bring them to, I'm going to get their information, but it's going to revert them to a site. So before I come back here, let me just show you some examples of how I used it. So this was one. Partner with us. Why partner with me at eXp Realty? I asked for the email. The cell phone was optional. I used that same background for that one. And do you want to know the price of your home? I think that's the basic one they have. And then I think I changed the words up. And market reports, however you send it, like I said, you can say whatever you want. Get your real estate license. I use it for that. You want to get your real estate license, you can say, like I said, are you looking to retire? You looking to have a good living, or places to shop for grandkids, whatever. Like I said, I'm with Black EXP Network, so I think for Black History Month, I did this one. I'm showing the city of Charlotte, 85 Black-owned businesses. What I'm doing before I jump on to, like, this was Valentine's Day, what I'm doing here is that after they place their information in, and they say whatever prompt I have here, it takes them to that website. So it's not taking them to your EXP website. You are getting their information in your KV Core, but it's taking them exactly to what they want to see. What you're trying to do here is bring knowledge or bring some kind of, you're trying to be that information source of what they are looking for. But what's important to you is what you capture over here. What's important to them is once they say check them out. So you can say something like, okay, and you could have gotten it in the news that morning. Starbucks 99-cent special going on today. Check it out here, or free coupon here. Whatever. Once they click that, it'll take them here, but they can't click that until they've placed their information in. Before I show you how to do it, any questions with what I explained? Okay. So with that said, like I said, I can say looking to retire, I can keep it basic. I can delete everything that's here. I can make my points of contact and say, okay, this is the reason you're looking to retire. This is why, like Heather was saying earlier, I would like to use ChatGPT. I would probably go to ChatGPT and say, give me 4 points why somebody should be, give me 4 points.
You know what? Do me a favor. I put in a document in there. Can you try one of them so we can all see how to do it?
You placed it in the,
In the chat box for somebody. So you can guide us through it, because I think, all of us, that's what we really want to learn, is guide us through exactly like if you were to do something like that. In fact, what is it that you need? 4 points? Is that it?
I
Like
need four
one of them
points.
would be
I'm
like
going to
quick
tweak it as soon as I can bring back up.
in the comments. Can you see the chat box?
I hit it and I'm trying to find it again. So let me find
Okay.
while I'm
I wish
on.
I could help.
No, you get it. Well, just give me 1 second. Let me get back there on Zoom. Well, it said it's not hot in the video panel, so I was playing with it. Hold on, just give me 1 second. Okay, all right, here we go. So let me look at the
Yeah.
chat.
So I have a
And
bunch
then
of
this PDF.
yeah.
So 29 salesy landing page prompt ideas.
Or how about like you can do something about the truth about assisted living? Are you able to do that? I'm asking for a reason, because when real estate agents, and this is a huge thing, and if you guys got to listen to me, all 30, whatever, 40 of you on here, please listen to me when I say this. Once you sell a home, where are you going to go? You better know. Um, don't worry, education's coming, I promise you. But the point is, there is an after part that you are a big component of. So like if you can pull them to your site for, let's say, assisted living, I'll give you four. Can you do assisted living?
I can. I can actually. If you see where I'm at, I'm on Chat GBT right now, so
Oh,
I
I
can
have. So I
do it
have
and
the
tweak it.
truth. How about the truth about assisted living? And you can do family navigating senior care, easy to digest stuff, clarity before crisis hits,
Oh
you
well,
know,
I see. I would let be
ChatGPT do
be
it for you.
specific with chat, but I
I
would say
just did.
just okay.
Yeah.
Like give me the truth about assisted living,
Yeah.
and give me 4 key points. Now for everyone, however you want to word it, please do. I mean, this is just something, and then I'm gonna say for my landing page to attract clients to my real estate business.
And then make sure you say it doesn't sound salesy. And there's a reason why I say that, because it's going to come out with a different tone and style.
I'm like Oprah now, because Oprah is like she hates because she says please to Chad, and I do the same thing. I say please and thank you.
I don't say the word please. I'm just like, don't want it to sound salesy. I want it to be humbling and
No,
no.
what I'm saying is that I'm going to say that. I'm just saying. I remember Oprah. If
Yeah.
y'all are familiar with Oprah, she says please and thank you. She has with that like it's not a robot. And I'm just saying, as you
I
see,
agree.
I'm about to say please, please don't sound salesy.
It's just kind of funny when you massage, and next week when we go over it, I'll show you. It is so much fun. It really is. I have a lot of fun with it. I actually created a movie poster about myself. Everybody was creating Barbies. I created a movie poster. Forget the Barbie. I wasn't on the Barbie chain. I wanted the movie poster, but it's fascinating at what it can do. And if you're not using it, I am going to just help you because it's not really not hard. It's a lot of fun. It truly is. It's if you know how to do it.
I'm sorry, Neil. I was supposed to say Salsey, but chat is so smart, it picks up to it.
Yeah, it does. It
And
definitely.
Natalie, yeah, you're like me. Thank you, Dee Dee. All right. So let me go back to it. I was reading the comments. So yeah, as you see, oh no, I did say Salesy. Neil, you're just trying to bust me up. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to tell you exactly what it does for all of you. You can tell chat that you don't need the explanation, which I do. I do on my phone, which it should be tied into it, but sometimes it forgets. But here you go right here. So if I were to go back to, I have this bar up. If I were to go back here, those are my exact prompts that I want.
I love that looking to
I would say
retire.
let me guidance with pressure, and you could tweak them. Like Heather had hers at first that she was. Oh, and I'm sorry.
So
One thing about KV Core, if you double click, which I just accidentally did, then you do have to start over on KV Core. So
Right.
don't double click, highlight, and then paste. And then, so that's one. If this is too long,
And one thing I will tell you guys, checklist, help, freebies, things like that people love. That's when they click, they're like, "Oh, I need that. I'm going through that at that moment." I will help you. In June is when I'm going to do it. When it comes to creating videos that will guide them to this, a checklist. And then all you have to do is say the checklist will be in the comment section or the checklist is in my bio. It will drive them directly to your website, and on your website, it'll have all the checklists. I have that. I have one website that is not anything having to do with real estate. It just has everything to do with helping seniors and helping their families. And it's called Sandwich Generation Chats and How to Age Your Way. That's all I do. I do nothing with real estate. And then all of a sudden they see me and they're like, "Oh, she's got a real estate side to her. How interesting." But I serve from the heart with education. That's me. That's how I've always been. That's how I've always am. I don't come across as salesy. I come across as I want to help you before you get down that rabbit hole. Because I'll tell you, in the 15 years that I have been working with older adults, because I've never worked with first-time home buyers, it's at the last minute. Like typically I sell a home, something goes down and after the fact, and it's hard. Really, it's really hard. And that's if you can help people along the way before it gets there, they like, know, and trust you. They'll let you in their home. They're not about door knocking. So
what I'm showing now, so we have those prompts on there. If you already have a website or an article or something in mind, okay, but ChatGPT is so smart. I'm testing it right now. What website could be closest associated with this in my area? Charlotte, NC, and just see what it gives me. If not, then I'll probably just go to Google and just put the same thing in just to see what prompts. Because I just want to send them to a website. I really don't care the website. So okay, so they're sending me neighborhoods. I can go to there and just say, all right. Or you, like I said, you can send them something. As you saw, I sent something for Valentine's Day and I sent those restaurants. So what I'm doing now,
that's a great. Can you show us the restaurants? The only reason why I say that is because think about all the people that have senior specials. Oh, you guys could send them a list of restaurants that have senior specials, 4 to 6, whatever it is, right? That would be, I mean, like in your community.
let's try to play that. So what was our question? Our question was truth about assisted living, and then let's just guide them to a restaurant. So like I said, you use Google, you have to use a combination of tools and you have to test it and you have to be yourself and you got to be authentic. So what I'm showing you is not the gospel. It's just more so to show you what's out there, which is everything is out there. So yeah, I don't know.
So if, let's say, I mean, let's say you didn't even need a list of restaurants, even if you went to AARP, they'll give you a list of things that has that has discounts. And then, by the way, everybody can find these discounts on things. But the best part
So
is
right here, you
nobody needs
got,
to look
so yeah,
for that.
and I can use that. So I mean, that's
How-
23.
okay, if we want to do a landing page for this, oh, that's good.
So your title can be whatever. And our title was what? Truth
I
about
would,
us.
you got to do a better hook than that.
Well, yeah, definitely a better hook, but I don't know. You can say something
Go,
like in
go,
in
go
enjoy me like
into AI so everybody can see what you do. Because that's another, I'm doing it next week with them. I know we've got about 10 minutes and questions, but I'm going to let him just show you quickly what he puts into AI, into ChatGPT, I should say. And
I put it in the AI
oh,
and ChatGPT, which I showed that.
oh, then
Please-
then say create a great hook for a landing page on this. I don't know, create it. Create a great engaging hook. There are really great keywords that that you can
Well,
put
I'm gonna tell you
into.
exactly what I say. So create a great hook for a landing page and make it to
Yeah. You want it, you need to massage it. And then you all of a sudden you'll get the information and then you have to check the spelling because it's not that.
the time to plan.
Look, the time to plan. But nobody really understands that, right? When the question becomes,
But then you can go into chat and you can say, okay,
instead of saying the right care question, saying something about dinner, and who has discounts, right? Can do a play on words. That's what I'm thinking. I need to make it more playful for dinner and playful. But you like a time to plan, because it's like kind of funny because people are like, it's urgent. And then all of a sudden, look at, so now you have, as you can see, these hooks. He's massaging it and telling it to do these things, attracting 55. We all know save more,
so
spend
for
less,
me,
but
I'm
look
like,
at
yeah.
savor more, spend less. And then underneath that, you could just write, the whatever deals, because we all like deals. So let's just say we'll do savor more, spend less as the hook, right? And then
Because of time, we're not going to
yeah, yeah. And
show
then
them
there
how to
you
get
go.
this. So then on top of that, what I want to show with the landing page, because I know we're short on time, is that, okay, you want to, how do I make this disappear again? Give me 1 second.
While he's making that disappear, imagine you won't see the top part of it, but imagine putting a link or putting something out there on Facebook. What we were just talking about, Natalie, and it being up to all the senior restaurants or the senior discounts and the restaurants that are in your area. And you do that on every couple weeks, and people are going to follow you. Now imagine putting that link up on like a local Facebook post. Remember that local Facebook group, you're not selling yourself. They're landing there, but you're not selling yourself. You're telling people about this great offer. And you can also put it on nextdoor.com because remember, it's all about the wording and about how it's perceived. But as long as you can make it look savor more, spend less, and then people understand, oh, look at all the restaurants that we can get stuff for. Bam, there's your page.
So with that,
I'm not going to worry about it, but I have given them enough content for them to understand. Oh, Isabel says, so you do share the landing pages?
Yes, because it's going to generate a link. This is your link up here. You'll share the landing page where you're trying to get. So this is what I want to go over real quick, probably 30 seconds. That was so whatever they're looking for, whatever you want to place in there, you will go back to your landing page, the URL after they log in. That is very important because that's the reason they're clicking on the landing page. Hot restaurants, what's going on this month, what's going on for Memorial Day for seniors, whatever, you'll place that link here. After that, do you want to get me? I like their phone numbers, but if you're okay with just an email, that's fine. All of this is going to your KV Core. You can click or if you want a phone number or not. The background, another important area. You can choose like the lady, exterior, or whatever, or show this real quick. You can do a custom background. They want a background image URL. You can do something like, I don't know, go to the page or go to wherever. So let's just say nice restaurants in Google. So I'm in Google real quick because I know you guys got to go. The draft is about to start. I'll go here and I'll open the image if I can get to opening just a regular image that's not on Instagram. So open image and new tab. That's going to create another QR code for you. That's a small image. So I don't know how this is going to work, but just make sure it's a full image next time. I'll place that in there. Yep. So shit. Let me go back, do another one. Open image and new tab. Creates that for me. Isabel has her hand raised in the meantime. We'll get to you in a second, Isabel.
Yes, we do have quite a few, like Cheryl's got
So
some.
as you see what I showed, you go to the custom background, you'll search the restaurant, you'll search whatever you want to search in Google, and then you'll do an open new image, and it will create the background of whatever image you were just looking at. And that's pretty much it. And then you'll press save, it'll create the code for you. And I mean, this will be your landing page, but you press save and you'll have it. This right here will be your landing page. And you can plug this link anywhere. I like to send them in emails. Hot new restaurants going on this weekend. Where should my child go for spring break? Anything that's out there that you can think of, this is how you do a landing page. Now I can take questions.
Okay, so let's take Isabel, and then there's people that are in the chat box, and I want them to ask it. So Isabel, open it.
Yeah, this is a great session. Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. On your landing pages, so you share them on emails, you also share 'em maybe like on Facebook local groups next door. And do you do any type of advertising for them?
And I put them everywhere. I mean, I can put them on a flyer with the QR code, and I can say, like I said, if I'm going into what's our next holiday coming up, probably Cinco de Mayo, what's to do for Cinco de Mayo, and I can make some flyers for it.
Mhm. Okay. But like Facebook ads, do you do anything with that?
You can put them on Facebook ads. I probably wouldn't put a landing page on Facebook ad, because there's so many ways I can show you how to capture on Facebook ad without one. But of course you can.
Okay.
I
All
just
right.
think on Facebook ad, I can get you into my KV Core even faster, or my CRM faster than having you go to a landing page, then get you there. My Facebook ad should be my landing page.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Next
We
question.
do have more questions in there. All right, let's see. Oh, Paul, thank you about the pure gold. Cheryl, I'm not asking the question. You can open up your mic, please.
Oh, how many landing pages can you have? Is there like a limit to this?
No, you can have as many as you want.
Okay,
As
thank
you
you.
saw what I showed earlier, go to my domain. Oh, I'm sorry. My past landing pages, which I just reset my KV Core, but I've had more than this. I've actually had 200, but my KV Corp just reset it in January. But yeah, you can have as many as you want and you can revisit it. So if that's something you're trying to do, you can copy it and you can edit it accordingly.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Dee Dee, please open it up and ask your question.
Yes, hi, thank you, Benny. Thank you, Heather. This is a great session, super valuable. When we are creating the images in the back, like you mentioned, the restaurants and so forth, are we allowed to do that without paying a license fee, or we have to be careful as to which ones we have to pay for, which ones
Be
are
careful.
free, or?
Be careful. I'm not going to say yes or no.
I'll
Mhm.
tell you what I do,
Thank
but
you.
I'm gonna tell you what I do, and it's awesome. And I'm gonna show you guys
Go,
next.
Heather.
I'm gonna show you guys next week. I actually ask ChatGPT to create an image for me, and I tell it what I want it to look like and the type of people I want, and it will create the image for you.
Beautiful.
And so
How
if
long?
you guys haven't actually,
Heather, I like that. I do that for all my books. The only thing is you can't tie that into the landing page because the landing page needs it needs a URL. So
that's interesting. Okay, I
yeah,
didn't know
so
that.
if you have a website, because that was my thought at first, if you have a website or somewhere where
Well, actually, you can. I'll tell you how you get around it. Canva.
Oh, boy.
yeah,
No, you take it right into, you can actually take ChatGPT. I'll show you guys. All of the links all the PDFs I sent you came directly from ChatGPT into my Canva account. I could just push it and it goes right into my Canva account. Whether it's a photo, I've done the photos before, and you can get a link in our Canva account for whatever it is. So if you want to share whatever that link is, you can put it onto that. You can.
Mhm.
Work together. Isn't that great? Our company.
That
No,
is
no, you're
great.
right.
Thank
It does
you.
have a link, and you're right. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I know. I've used it. I know.
Yeah.
Trust me. It is. I have so many tips and tricks over the years I have learned.
Fabulous. Thank you so
I'm happy
much.
to. Yeah, I'm happy to help you guys. But yes, but I love it
I
because
have to attend that class.
what? Oh, you got a class. Okay.
No, no, no. I said I have to attend that because
Yeah.
I wasn't. I knew that, but I wasn't thinking that's a workaround.
Oh God, there's workarounds to everything. And if you don't think that there's a workaround, just go ask ChatGPT what the workaround is because it will tell you. I promise you. I
Okay.
swear. I think I'm married to ChatGPT.
No, me too. No, that is my
Don't
future assistant. I have 6 assistants. That is my number one. She's over my assistant.
I don't think I don't think you need assistance anymore when you have ChatGPT. And I don't I'm going to get into it next week because there's some fascinating things. You can actually train ChatGPT in very specific things to answer emails for you, to answer phone calls for you, and it will. And all it needs is for very specific prompts. Very easy. Think of, and you got to really go back to elementary school, if this, then that kind of stuff, and the input that you put into it and the way you massage it. And believe it or not, it just is like, oh, that's how she likes it, or oh, that's how she wants to sound. And then it starts picking it up every single time that you're using it. It is not scary. It's just overwhelming because people don't know where to start or what to say, but it's done an amazing job for me. It puts together like I'm fascinated by what it can do. Anything from a PowerPoint presentation. Now, granted, I have to massage it once it's in Canva, but it's awesome, really. So we'll get to everything. All right. Anybody else? My son created a CRM that is ran by ChatGPT. Yep. Yes. Kim, I already know how to do it. I watch some fascinating people. It is crazy at what you can do. It really is. So there's workarounds to all of it. And I am looking forward to what it has to do, but nobody's really understanding the part of it that it could do for us in the real estate industry to not be salesy and come across that way. Think outside the box. Really, think outside the box. Don't be that, I say that real estate agent, because we all know one, but we don't want one. We want the one who's going to help our parents or us age. And if you know, statistically, it's aging in place, but statistically, nation's housing infrastructure, that's not going to happen. So it's a fight. Yeah, it is. But all right, peeps. Questions? Any more questions? I think we got them. Open up.
And
Talk.
so if not, I did drop. I am. Oh no, I said Benny Space Gray. Benny Gray connected together. My name. If you, in case you got questions, just hit me up on IG and I'll follow back too. So follow me
All right.
and follow back, and we
Yeah.
can.
So few little things. Yes, repeat. Yes, it's recorded. Number one. Number two, next week, May 1st, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to do prompts and I'm going to show you how to massage ChatGPT. And we're going to do it with the end result of not being salesy. So I'm going to teach that to you guys and we're going to massage it. If you have not been watching all of these classes, they all coincide together. They're not salesy. Right? I'm teaching you guys how to serve from the heart. And one of the things I'll tell you, if you don't need all those other designations, you don't. You need that perfect sphere of influence to help your clients and to become the person that people like, know, and trust in your neighborhood. That really is. It's important. So, I appreciate you guys showing up on a Thursday evening. Benny, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, May 15th, that certification, you guys. It will be back. We will be certified again for the lifestyle home loan with Mutual of Omaha. If you don't know what it is, we've had these classes before. I'll be putting stuff up. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Recording.
Enjoy the craft.